Here I'm going to show you how to use the Semrush Keyword Magic Tool. If you'd like to follow along with me, I will leave my affiliate link in the description. And if you click that, not only can you get a free trial to Semrush, but you can follow along and do some keyword research with me as I kind of go through the steps I would do when it comes to doing keyword research. Let's begin. Of course, once you are logged in, we're going to be at the Keyword Magic Tool section right here. And with this, we can find millions of keyword suggestions for your SEO. For this example, I'm just going to use a product name or just a software name, which is going to be ClickFunnels for creating landing pages and sales funnels. I know the niche very well when it comes to software. That's what my channel is all about. So I'm going to be doing this because I can give you some insights on that. Keep in mind, you can put a specific keyword that could be a product in your niche, or maybe it could be a longer tail keyword, it could be broad. Whatever it's going to be, we can always find more keywords. So whatever your niche is going to be related to, type something in there, and then we'll go from there. I'm using ClickFunnels. Type that in. Let's click on search. I'll see you on the next page. All right, and ClickFunnels is still going strong with almost 20,000 keywords. Not too bad. That means there's a lot of people looking for stuff related to ClickFunnels, which is a good sign, of course. So here, what we can do all. This is going to be every single keyword that's out there, or we can just sort it by questions. Now, I actually did this tutorial, I want to say maybe 1 or 2 years ago, so I'm updating it, of course. And I believe I talked about it then. I want to make this very just quick note about this. Questions is a phenomenal way of finding keywords. In fact, that's going to be the thing I do first, just because a lot of people don't go after questions. I think they feel like maybe there's not enough volume for them. It's too easy of an answer. So like, for example, what is ClickFunnels? That's actually a really good one. But say like, does ClickFunnels come with a checkout page? Just because these questions can be answered very quickly doesn't mean that they're bad to go after. You can obviously elaborate more on that. And of course, if someone is going to be interested in this, that's usually a lot of times it's going to be the last step before they actually go and purchase. Think about it. If you've ever gone to purchase a product and you were thinking about doing it, but there was one thing holding you back, does ClickFunnels do video hosting? Does it have memberships? Oh, it does? Great. Now I can actually buy it now. So a lot of times these questions are going to be the final step before purchasing. So that's a really good thing. I will come back to that after I go to the top here. We're going to start that off with questions because it's just a great way to get keywords very quickly. I'm just going to start off there. From there, we can go to broad, which is going to be very similar, right? Any variation of your seed keyword or keyword phrase in any order. If you're using multiple words in your keyword, that could certainly be different, right? So phrase match, we can do exact keyword or keyword phrase in various orders. This is just going to be the exact match, okay? And then we have related. Under there, we can sort by volume, keyword difficulty, intent. So if someone looking to make a purchase, those are the money keywords, the ones that are usually a little bit harder to rank because people obviously are prone to buying. We can go by cost per click. We can include specific keywords. So for example, like if questions wasn't here, we could say any keyword that has is in it. Is ClickFunnels cheap? Is ClickFunnels good for anyone starting an online business? Whatever the questions are going to be, those are good keywords to go after. We can do any keywords that doesn't have a specific word in it. And we have advanced filters. So if you want to change some of these things around, you can. But just to make our life easier, let's start off with questions. I love this specific little feature. I do this all the time, even for YouTube too. Just a simple, answering a question can really be helpful for a lot of people. So here we are. What is ClickFunnels? Obviously, these are going to be the bigger volume ones. And of course, we have the difficulty right here. So starting from here, what we can actually do is sort by the keyword difficulty. I'm going to click it twice. We should get the most difficult ones here. And if we do it one more time, it's going to showcase a lot of the easier ones. So how to integrate Aweber with ClickFunnels. So that's pretty much just another way of saying like ClickFunnels Aweber integration. So is ClickFunnels down? This is one you're probably not going to want to go after because one, it's not going to happen very often. If it does, it's like a yes or no. There's not a whole lot to go from there after that one. So that's an example of one that you don't want to. Is their affiliate program free? How to cancel ClickFunnels? So these are actually interesting keywords. So if you think about it, if you were creating all these articles about ClickFunnels and you wanted to do this one too, it really wouldn't be that bad. You get about almost 100 people every month. And if you think about it, these are individuals who have already purchased ClickFunnels, which is, over $100 per month. This is very good traffic right here. And a lot of people don't look at it this way. The cost per click, just according to this, isn't much. People probably aren't bidding on that. But the fact that you can get traffic from people who are paying over $100 a month, that is very valuable traffic. So you could always say something like, hey, you're not having a great time with ClickFunnels. I completely understand. If you were looking for an alternative, here it is. But aside from that, here's how to cancel. Give them the steps. Do you see what I mean there? So that can really, just by knowing that, can make that a really good keyword for you. In fact, let's just search it and see what we come up with. One sec. All right, so ClickFunnels themselves has it. Makes sense. We have some support there. And then we go before you cancel, how to cancel. Look at this. Very smart of System. A competitor that's an all-in-one platform, does landing pages, sales funnels. They're showing you how to cancel ClickFunnels. Very smart of them when you think about it. Like I talked about before, hey, you didn't like ClickFunnels, completely cool. Here at System, we have a free plan so you can test this out. Give us a shot. I promise you'll like us more than ClickFunnels. That's just speaking from like if it was in their shoes, right? So you can see how that works very well. They're very smart and they're very good with their SEO too. So canceling. So there's a decent amount here. Doesn't mean you can't rank for it, but it's certainly not something like I would create a ton of backlinks for. You know, if it ranks, it ranks. If not. But that's an example of one. Let's go back over. How to clone a funnel in ClickFunnels. How about something like that? Long tail keyword, question, decent amount. Once again, these are a little bit more difficult as we're going through. So let's just do that. Let me look for that one. Okay, once again, ClickFunnels has the snippet. We have a lot of videos. Clone. It looks like ClickFunnels is just taking it. They have so many things on that, and that's fine. A lot of the support. Okay, so like something like that probably wouldn't be worth doing, although you certainly could if you needed to. Let's go back over. So that's going to be just looking at the questions, and of course they get more difficult with the KD. So let's go back to all here. And now we can look at some of the easy wins, the quicker wins, the ones where you're not going to need a lot of backlinks, the ones where you're not going to need a lot of authority. This is going to be great and beneficial if you're just getting up and running and you don't have a lot of authority. What we can do here is go by KD. So we can just simply click on very easy, or what we can do is apply a range. So if we go from 0 to 29, we're going to get all of them in the kind of easy/very easy range. So let's do that right now. And just like that, here we are. So we have this one. I remember this one. There was a time when there was like a $19 plan if you were only going to be using share funnels. That was a long time ago, but it seems like people are still searching for that. So you could say something like, hey, ClickFunnels still doesn't have that plan. You know, it used to be an old one. Then you can talk about the benefits about the newer one, how it's more improved, and so on and so forth. So once again, there's always a way to use traffic and kind of turn it into something beneficial. So once again, this is another good example about how their $19 a day plan is gone, but you can still make the most of this specific keyword. Because keep in mind, they're talking about a specific pricing plan. That's good traffic. So what does it say for commercial? I would say commercial, /transactional. Either of those will do. Let's take a look at this. All right, so we have sponsored. There we go. This person is doing exactly what I'm talking about. The ClickFunnels $19 plan, is it still available in 2024? It isn't, unless something changed and I didn't know about. Let's see, one right there, 2023 latest update. So there's quite a few that looks like, let's see, 0. They're a brand new website. So yeah, that would be a decent one. And this person's doing exactly what I'm talking about, you know, where it used to be an old one. Is it still available? And that's a great way to do that. Once again, scrolling down even more, this is another one, 97 versus 297. That used to be their pricing plans. They have increased slightly, I at least know on this one. But those are more examples of ones that you can go through and just kind of check out. All right, and so let's continue it on. What I did is enter Semrush, which I know you're familiar with, obviously, since we're using it. And here's going to be another good example. So Conductor versus Semrush. This is a good one because it's a comparison of software. I do a lot of software comparisons on my channel, so I know the value of those. This is going to be around 5, it states, and then volume is going to be 30. So Conductor versus Semrush, let's check that out. All right, so Conductor versus Semrush right there. G2 is a big one. Trust Radius is pretty big. We have Quora. It's amazing how much like Quora and Reddit and LinkedIn are like dominating more of the search engines nowadays. I hope that changes in the future. Here's one, pretty much a brand new website. So not the biggest one in the world, but once again, you know, if you wanted to create an article around that, that could be a decent one just because it's a good one. You know, someone's looking to say like, which one should I buy, this or that one? So STM Reports, Bright Edge versus Semrush. Semrush versus HubSpot. I'm sure that's a pretty good one. Both of those are very big companies and so on and so forth. Now, what I'm going to do is do something related to a completely different niche. I think you kind of get the idea of going through. That's probably two of the quickest ways that we talked about. So we have questions. So we can go through and say like, what questions are people asking about this specific company? Okay, like for this one, we have these here. This is just going to be for the KDs as well. And then of course, when we go into all, we can also go, what are some of the easier to rank keywords that are going to have that lower difficulty? Great if you're a newer site, if you have less authority and so on and so forth. But as an example, let's do something like related to golf. So I live in Florida. I used to play a ton of golf. I used to play like a lot, like 1 to 2 times almost every day. I got very good at it, but things have changed now. But let's go back over here. I'm just going to go with golf just to kind of show you how this would work for like a seed keyword that's much bigger. All right, so 233,000. Let's go with, let's see, that's just going to be for, I think, with the KD. If I take this off, it'd probably be more. I assume it would be. You know, it's golf. There we go. 4 million. Much better. Okay, there we go. So we can go with questions. And what we can do here, we're already ranked by the easiest ones to go. So, and actually I have a website in kind of like the hobby/sports niche. So this kind of like works very well for me. And this is a very similar tactic that I use to get it up and running. All right, so here we are. And if you take a look at this, we sorted by KD and just look at all of these keywords that are just much easier to rank. They're all questions. Can you lease a golf cart? Let's see. How heavy is a golf cart? You know, I don't know if you're going to get the answer to that. How long do golf grips need to dry? Okay, these are all really small, but they're very specific to people who play golf. And in my opinion, say if you have a blog or a website when it comes to golf or anything related, I think traffic is traffic. As long as you can get traffic that's going to be targeted to your niche, there's always so many things that you can do with it. As I talked about previously with ClickFunnels, so what? It's going to be about an article where someone wants to cancel ClickFunnels. They're not interested anymore, but they were paying over $100 a month. Now they're probably going to want to use something else. Here are some alternatives. Would you like to get on my email list where I'll show you a top 10 list of the best all-in-one builders, and so on and so forth. Same exact thing here. Just because someone is asking about, let's see, you know, how long golf grips are going to take to dry, you know, they're probably going to want to know much more about golf, and that's a really good thing. So a lot of these are going to be like a lot of golf cart stuff. So what we can actually do here, let's do this as an example. Let's do cart and apply. So we don't want anything related to a golf cart, and that'll give us much less, which is good. Let's say we don't want to like figure out how fast they go, how much they weigh, about leasing them. There we go. So a lot of simulators as well. How much to build golf course? That's probably just like that one. I probably wouldn't go after one because the answer can be just, it's like, how long is a piece of string? You know, it's just so many answers to it. Plus, you know, I don't think the person who's looking to ask that might even be interested in golf. It's more of just one of those things. I wonder how much it costs to build a golf course, type of things. Are golf courses open year round? Okay, do golf courses have cameras? Yes, in the trees, the owls are holding them. Okay, how many golf balls in a sleeve? Let's just take a look at this and see what it looks like. All right, so how many golf balls are in a box? So this website has around 8,000 organic, so not like a huge one. Par 3 near me, a little bit bigger. Let's see, are in your bag for Reddit, and so on and so forth. So we have how many golf balls are in a box, which can be very similar. And despite the fact that, you know, this seems like an answer that could be very quick, you can talk about how maybe different sleeves are going to have more, or not all golf balls are created equal, or just because you get more doesn't mean you should always get those. You might not be getting a good value. There's plenty of things to carry on from there. Hey, if you're interested in golf balls in specific sleeves that actually can hit them straighter, and they last much longer, check out these using my link down below, whatever it's going to be, right? Just an example of where you can kind of direct that. And of course, you can always build your list. Is 78 a good golf score? Okay. So a lot of these are going to obviously be informational, but when you have a keyword like this that is just really big, I would write articles on as many of these as possible that look decent in the beginning, and that's what I've done in the past. Yep, it's a lot of work, it's a lot of writing, but with the help of like AI and outsourcing, there's always ways to get it done. So in my opinion, that's a great way of using the Keyword Magic Tool. You can clearly go for the volumes that are much higher, the difficulty that's much higher as well, but this is more about getting the quick wins, especially if you're a newer website and you want to get up and running quicker. That's going to be the strategy, but nevertheless, I think you should get a good idea about how this works. You know, as long as you're typing in a keyed keyword, and then from there, you can filter them by however you want to really help you narrow in on the specific keywords that you're going to be getting. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment down below and I will do my best to respond to you. Of course, if you haven't gotten to test out Semrush, I will leave my affiliate link in the description where you can get a free trial with them. My name is James. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.